The following is a presentation of WYOU Sports.
Welcome to the Hershey Park Arena, where high school basketball champions are being crowned. This afternoon, the boys Class 2A title is on the line between undefeated Carbondale area and undefeated George Junior Republic. Hi again, everybody. John Nugent along with Terry Gurn. You know, of the 8 state championships being decided this weekend in Hershey, only one has pitted 2 undefeated teams. We have that game here this afternoon.
And Carbondale in a very unfamiliar situation this afternoon. They've been the favorite in every game they've played this season. This year, or this game rather this afternoon, they are the underdog, and for good reason. Some think this George Junior Republic team is the best in the state, period. And they are a very impressive basketball team. Carbondale is going to have to play a near-perfect game this afternoon if they're going to try to pull this thing out. And the magic number, I believe, is 8. They can't have more than 8 turnovers. Remember that, because they're not going to win this ball game if they don't take care of the basketball.
If you follow Carbondale basketball, you know they play an aggressive man-to-man defense. They are not going to play that defense this afternoon.
Well, they just simply realize they can't match up with George Junior Republic. They have a front line that averages 6'7", and when they're that tall, you just got to sag back in a matchup type zone, which Carbondale will do this afternoon. Maybe slip in a little 1-3-1 or a 2-3 zone and go from there. Make them beat you from the outside, and don't let them get the easy points inside.
It's David versus Goliath. The Class 2A state title is on the line. When we come back, we'll have the opening lineups and that opening tap. This is a WYOU Sports production. Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena, everybody. John Nugent along with Terry Gurn. Both teams still out on the floor, getting in some last-minute warm-ups. Carbondale area has advanced to this Class 2A state title game by way of a dramatic victory the other night against Reading Central Catholic. Tremendous ball game. They won that by the count of 46-44, a game where they had to come up with some big plays in the closing seconds.
Mr. Dan Siegel comes in to answer the door, a block shot as the buzzer went off, and they were able to beat Reading Central Catholic. They're going to have to come up with plays like that this afternoon. And, John, a big key are the guards. Chris Daly and Leo Skarupa are going to have the games of their lives here this afternoon. They are just simply going to have to get hot from the outside to loosen up the Tiger defense.
George Junior Republic has advanced into the state title game by defeating Stowe Rocks on Wednesday night. That final score was 74-58. It was a ball game in which they trailed in the final 5 minutes, but then they went off on a 16-0 run. They are an explosive ball club.
That's amazing when you're down by 1 point with only 4.5 minutes to play and you can come back like that. That shows the resilience of this ball club, and they are awfully quick. What you're going to want to watch for on defense is the way that the Tigers move. Every time Carbondale picks up the ball, watch for this team to double on the ball no matter where it is, when they're bringing it up over the timeline or rather down low. Anywhere on the court, when you pick up your dribble, they're on you.
George Junior Republic is ranked #1 in the entire state by the Harrisburg Patriot News, a record of 29-0. Carbondale area as well at 29-0. And they have just had a fabulous season. In fact, Terry, if you look over the 3 years, this ball club right here, Glenn Moskowski has done a great job. 98 victories, just 9 losses. And right now, let's check in with Bob Schellenberg and today's opening lineups.
In today's boys Class AA championship game, representing the West, a record of 29-0, the Tigers from George Junior Republic. Their opponents, representing the East, their record 29-0, the Tigers from Carbondale Area High School. And now let's meet the starting lineup. First of all, for George Junior Republic under head coach George Abraham, his varsity assistant Ted Jones, the starting 5 for the Tigers. Starting at a forward, a senior wearing number 44, 6'7", Dwayne Butler. At the other forward, wearing number 32, a senior 6'6", Curtis Loftus. 6'9" senior, number 50, Ryan Dennis. And a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 30, Mr. Pitts. And at the other guard, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Corey Reed, the Tigers of George Junior Republic. And now the starting five for the Carbondale High Chargers. Head coach Brett Monkowski, assistants Joe Farrell and Pat Price, the starting five for the Chargers. Starting at a guard, a junior, he's wearing number 13, 5'9", Chris Daly. At the other guard, a 5'9" senior, number 14, Leo Scorupa. At center, he's a junior, number 42, 6'3", Dan Siegel. And a forward, a 6'2" senior, number 25, Mike Tanner. And at the other forward, a 6'3" senior, number 45, Mark Siegel. The Chargers of Carbondale High School.
It is the Class 2A state championship. When we come back, the opening tap is the WYU Sports Production. Nicely done, the playing of our national anthem, and we are just about set for action. Terry Gurn, you can't help but be impressed by that front line by the Tigers. 6'9", 6'7", and 6'6".
Well, we're not going to sit here and throw any punches, or pull any punches, rather. We're just going to call it like it is, and Carbondale is a decided underdog coming in here, but you know what? They like it that way. It's kind of refreshing for them. Moskowski says that his team is actually looking forward to this situation, and they have nothing to lose. They say they get here, you might as well play the best team, and that's what they're going to do this afternoon, give it their best shot, and hey, anything can happen. We're not going to sell this team short because Carbondale has got some serious talent, and if they can just play within themselves, they definitely have a shot at winning this game.
Take a look at those starting lineups. Jumping center for George Junior Republic, the 6'9" Ryan Dennis. Dan Siegel will jump center for Carbondale area. The Class 2A state championship is underway. Lofton down low is fouled underneath. He'll go to the line. It's an up-tempo offense, Terry, and the Chargers have to be ready from the get-go.
Tigers starting off right away with an alley-oop, trying to get the back door. Curtis Lofton cutting to the basket. He's the team's leading scorer, and he drew all the foul.
Lofton averaging 17.5 points per ball game. He hits the first. The Tigers are the visitors. There you see second-year head coach George Abraham, and what a job he has done in his 2 years. Their last loss was in last year's state playoffs. The second is no good. Rebound to Butler. Pulls it back outside to Reeves. He's the playmaker, leads the team in assists, does not do very much scoring. He'll be guarded by Scorupa.
Carbondale in a 2-3 zone right now, trying to pack things in.
Butler from downtown, and quickly the Tigers are out to a 4-0 lead.
I'm interested to see how the Tiger defense will match up here. I heard this defense is ferocious. This first opportunity to watch them, and they match up pretty tough.
It's a full court man-to-man. Daly to the hole, loses the handle. First turnover of the contest. This is Dennis, 2-on-1, pulls it back outside. Reeves, top of the key. Mr. Pitts goes inside. Good defense by Danny Siegel.
I tell you, Siegel's a great defender. He gets a lot of accolades for his offense, but he is one heck of a defender as well.
Ryan Dennis whistled for the foul. His first, team's first.
We'll keep track of those turnovers closely this afternoon. Carbondale's first trip up the court, and they pass it away after they had the floor spread. See if they can convert here. Very important to take care of the basketball.
Opening minute of play, Class 2A state championship. Carbondale trails the Tigers 4-0. Mike Connor for three. Short. Siegel the rebound, puts it up, and it goes. And a foul.
Hey, that's not a bad way to start the game. I tell you, Mark Siegel, 45, is only averaging about 5 points a game this season, but hey, he has come on strong as of late. He is shooting over 70% from the field in this state tournament. So he has been on fire, and he's not afraid to shoot the ball when he gets it down low.
Any scoring they can get out of Mark is a bonus. So senior 6'3", of course, his brother is Dan, the junior. Misses the foul shot, and the Tigers lead 4-2. Glad you could join us here from the Hershey Park Arena. Butler from downtown. No good. Rebound is loose. Daly will be whistled for the foul.
That's okay. Carbondale, Glenn Muskowski's got to be happy with that. Let him shoot from the outside.
Of course, boxing out underneath is key for the Chargers this afternoon. There you see Glenn Muskowski in his 7th year, and what a job he has done. You see the Tigers stacking up at the foul line. Dennis, 6'9", kicks it back outside. In the low post, little turnaround is no good. Ball still loose. Lofton puts it up and in, and a foul.
Pretty good board work by the Seagulls that time. However, Mark is called with the foul. I tell you, they have their work cut out for them this afternoon, John. They're going to have to get bodies out of all the front line for the Tigers, and they're going to have to work hard this afternoon on the boards because they cannot get beaten there too badly if they're going to win this game.
Curtis Lofton completes the three-point play. Tigers lead now at 7-2.
They can get beat on the boards, John. They're just going to have to try to at least contain them and hang with them and get their fair share.
Danny Siegel outside, puts it on the floor, pulls up and hits the jumper.
Oh, that's a nice-looking shot.
Danny Siegel, 16 points per ball game. 7-4 here in the first 2 minutes.
Can't give up that baseline. Siegel took it.
Lofton to Butler, puts it up, taps it back up and in. 9-4. George Junior Republic in the lead. Connor will bring it up. Skarupa, watched by Reeves. Key matchup. Blocking foul is called. That'll be on Curtis Lofton.
George Jr. going with full court man pressure, but they usually like to come with a press. I'm surprised they're not pressing Carbondale more, giving them more trouble getting the ball across the timeline.
13th foul on George Junior Republic. Carbondale with 3 team fouls as well. Skarupa inbounds. Danny Siegel in traffic, loses the handle, turns it over. 3-on-3 break. Mr. Pitts inside to Lofton. Lofton loses it off his foot.
That's what they need, turnovers. Carbondale's got to look for the open man on offense now. They can't hold the ball, and they can't pick up the dribble.
They need to protect that basketball. A lot of double teaming by the Tigers. Mark Siegel inside. He loses the handle.
Got to keep that ball low. He's holding it up in the air.
Butler 1-on-2, takes it to the hole.
Strong move to the hole by Butler. Here comes the full court pressure now. Tigers packing things up here in the front court.
Tigers lead at 7, 11-4, 5:20 to go, first quarter. The Chargers got off to a slow start the other night against Reading. In fact, they trailed 10-0 and 12-2 before coming back. Chris Daly to the hole, gets the whistle. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, George Jr.'s got their best defensive player playing Chris Daly. They know this guy can score. Mr. Pitts is flagging Daly all the way up the court. And Daly did a great move to drive to the hole that time and draw the foul. If you're not going to get the basket, at least draw the foul, and that's what Chris did.
You may be wondering about the shaved heads. I know early on in the season you went out to practice to find out what was the deal.
Daly and Skarupa just decided to do it back in October and, you know, after the football season, and everyone else just followed suit.
Daly hits both, 11-6, 5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Big crowd on hand, glad you could join us at home. Feed down low to Lofton, turns it over.
This game's off to a good start for Carbondale right now.
There you see George Abraham. Chatted with him before today's game. He was quite frank. He said, you know, it's the good guys against the bad guys. He says they have the fans, but he feels he has the team.
At least 2,000 people here in favor of Carbondale.
Danny Siegel, top of the key, watched by Dennis, pulls up, air ball. Connor with a nice rebound. Back to Siegel, and his shot is rejected. Siegel just has to keep going back up. He can't be intimidated.
That's right, and he's got to remember this pump fake. He can't go away from that. He's got to try to take it in, give it a little head fake, a little bit of motion, and lean in. Use your body. Draw that foul. If you're not going to make the basket, get the foul.
Daly for three. He's got it. Tigers lead is cut to 2 at 11-9.
That's what they need. Daly and Skrupa firing from the outside, and keep an eye on Connor, too.
Good sign for the Chargers that Daly is hot early. Pitts, air ball. Connor rebounds. Chargers with a chance to tie.
And they need a good shot here. They can't let momentum get the best of them.
Daly again. Scott.
Oh, my!
Carbondale leads 12-11. 4 minutes to go. Opening quarter.
Momentum.
The Chargers are on their feet. 2,000 plus. Pitts, double pump, and a foul. And suddenly the momentum has changed.
Talking to Glenn Muskowski before the game, and he says, you know, Terry, we want to take good shots, but these guys love to shoot. He goes, I can't tell them not to shoot. They're going to shoot. And when you have a shooter, a pure shooter like Chris Daly, you can't tell the kid to hold the ball. He sees the three, he's going to take it. And when he starts getting hot, starts building that confidence, look out.
Pitts misses the first. Micah McHale has checked in. Mark Siegel is on the bench. The second gets the roll. We're tied at 12. Skarupa.
Oh, man.
A burst of speed, and Carbondale is now up by 2.
I tell you what, that's great coaching by Muskowski. He spread the floor. I see what he's doing. He's spreading the floor and letting his guards go to the hole. The Tigers' backs are turned on defense.
Pitts the air ball, Lofton with the follow.
George Jr. would just love to pack things inside, but they can't. Carbondale is spreading the floor, and that's opening things up the middle.
Tigers are not getting good shots from the outside. Daly to the hole. Fouled on the outside. Butler is whistled.
This is the worst thing that could happen for George Jr. What's happening right now is Carbondale's getting confidence. With every trip down the floor, they are gaining confidence, defensively and offensively. When they cause George Jr. to take a bad shot, that helps them. And when they can drive to the hole and draw a foul, that helps them as well.
Tied at 14. Chris Daly has yet to miss. He'll get a second. He hits both. 3:13 to go, opening quarter. George Junior Republic trails Carbondale area 16-14. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena, everybody. Carbondale area is leading George Junior Republic 16-14. A little over 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter, and what a first quarter it has been.
Carbondale on a 10-1 run currently.
Butler looks for the three, puts it on the floor. No good. Rebound, Mike Connor. Leo Skarupa, far side to the hole. McHale has it stolen away. Reeves all alone, lays it up and in. We are tied at 16.
Micah McHale just off the bench. Wasn't sure with what was happening with the ball that time, and wasn't alert, got it stolen from behind. This is a call you don't see too often, a carry.
Turned over the basketball, Leo Skarupa. Our officials for today's game, Gary Dixon is the referee. Mike Hudak is one of the umpires. Louis Ida Zodic is the other umpire.
Chris Daly has 10 points so far, John, and that's a beautiful scenario for Carbondale to start the game.
One observation, the Chargers playing with a lot of emotion. Pitts on the floor, good shot. Tigers back up by 2, 18-16.
Emotion's going to have to carry him over the top this afternoon, too. That can do nothing but help him. Good pass.
Siegel, baseline, got it.
Good look by Skarupa.
He is so smooth. We are tied again at 18.
Big size disadvantage down low. Micah McHale down below.
Dwayne Butler for 3. Tigers regain the lead at 21-18.
And showing that they can hit the outside shot, too. Carbondale's packing it in. They're going to have to hit those, and they have answered the call so far.
Skarupa, Daly, inside, kicks it back out. Siegel pulls up, short. Ball is loose, back the other way, Skarupa. We've talked about the Tigers' quickness. Daly and Skarupa are equally as quick.
Unbelievable, and they are fearless.
Connor for 3.
Gotta love that three-point shot.
We are tied at 21. Pitts for 3. Whistle underneath. Pushing foul on Lofton. His second. Team's 5th.
Mr. Pitts comes down that time. More of a shot looking for respect. You can hit the threes. We're going to start hitting the threes as well. An ill-advised shot. George Jr. getting away from their game plan. They should be trying to blast it down low.
The Tigers with their first substitution of the game, number 24, Darnell Code checks in. He's a real spark plug off the bench.
Yeah, he is. So watch that guy. He had 14 points off the bench in George Jr.'s last victory.
Exactly 1 minute to go. Connor, Siegel, double team, kicks it back outside. They need to rotate the ball.
Got to move the ball.
Siegel all alone, goes up. A foul. You have to challenge the big man.
Boy, Mark looked like he was going in for the dunk that time.
Watch it again. You have to challenge their big man, and Siegel is doing that in this first quarter.
Dan Siegel, rather.
Butler thought he had it clean. Siegel will go to the line for 2, trying to untie this thing.
He did have a lot of the ball. No, these guys aren't twins either, Mark and Dan, and easily confused. They look alike. Such a nice touch for a big guy, John.
Glenn Moskowski looking on with his assistant coaches on the bench. The second by Danny Siegel. Chargers back up by 2 at 23-21.
Joe Farrell's been with Moskowski since the beginning, and it looks like they have a pretty good game plan mapped out for this ball game this afternoon. They're sitting pretty right now.
Code with his first shot, and he's got it for 3. Tigers back up by 1 at 24-23.
They'll have to get a guy in his face. Code can hit that long-range shot.
He was the spark plug the other night. Darnell Code in the victory came off the bench, scored 9 of his 14 in the 4th quarter. Connor, 3, no good. Siegel for the rebound. Chargers back up by a point, 25-24.
That'll put a charge into you. What a great move by Siegel. Took the baseline away and grabbed the rebound. That's a forced shot.
Reeves with the air ball. That was an ill-advised shot. 2 seconds on the clock. They need to inbound the basketball and protect it. No mistakes. Connor lets one fly. It's well short. And what a first quarter of basketball. Carbondale is leading George Junior Republic 25-24. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Everyone, welcome back, everyone. This is what happens when you don't box out. Ryan Dennis does not get a body on Siegel. Great move by Siegel, gets around him, and Danny puts it down with authority.
Danny Siegel with 8 first quarter points. Carbondale holding on to a 1-point lead. Second quarter action underway.
Can never give up the baseline.
Dennis down low, double team, puts it up and in. Tigers back on top by 1. I think the Chargers would prefer to have George Junior Republic shoot from the outside instead of getting that ball down low.
Exactly, and I'm sure George Abraham in the last timeout at the end of the quarter there, John, exactly told his team that to get back to their game plan of getting it down low, saying, hey guys, we're bigger than this team. Remember, let's use our assets.
McHale to the hole. It is deflected away. McHale again. Chargers back up by 1.
Good resilience, but Carbondale's got to remember that head fake underneath. Tigers can get up, and if you don't give them a fake, they're going to reject you.
Opening minute, second quarter. Code pulls up, nowhere to go, kicks it back outside.
Good defense by Carbondale.
They're staying in that zone. They haven't played much of it. Foul before the basket.
It's a good foul.
You know, that really is a risky proposition. You come into your 30th ball game of the year. You go man-to-man for 29, and all of a sudden you have to put in a new defense.
It's a good point, John. Carbondale is so used to matching up with everyone up where we are. They're one of the bigger teams, but they come down here. They're decidedly outmanned height-wise. They have to push it back into a zone. And I tell you what, they've adopted nicely to that.
Rob Zabislak checks into the game, number 34. Connor gets a breather on the bench. It's like the Tigers are going to set up, take their time on offense. They trail by 1. Pitts for 3, short. Rebound, Skarupa.
Daly's open.
Pushes it up. He adds Daly. Hesitates. Wild shot. Siegel steals it.
Oh!
Bucket and foul.
They came to play.
Danny Siegel with 10 points in this opening half. He leads this team in rebounds. He leads this team in block shots. The only thing he doesn't lead them in is scoring, and he's only 1 point behind the leader.
Carbondale making a statement early on here that they're not intimidated and they're going to take the ball to this team. A phenomenal effort so far.
Danny Siegel misses. Chargers lead is at 3, 29-26. 6:28 to go, second quarter.
Good weak side help.
Butler nowhere to go, puts it up. Tap is back up and in. Ryan Dennis with the tap. Lead is cut to 1.
Danny Siegel asking for a little bit more help on that.
Daly has some room.
Draws the foul
Draws
again.
the foul again. Chris Daly is fearless in this first half. Thus far in this contest, we have had 4 ties and 5 lead changes. This is championship basketball this afternoon. Chris Daly with 10 first quarter points. Chargers up by 2 at 30-28. The second is good as well. Daly has been perfect from that line.
He's automatic.
The lead back up to 3, 31-28. Code, no good. The follow by Pitts is no good, but tap back up and in.
Number 44 was the tip.
Nobody on the backside. The only one that was there was Daly, and there's no way he's going to be able to get the rebound away from a 6'6 guy. They have to hit the boards a little harder.
Chargers up by 1 at 31-30. Daly has it knocked away by Pitts. Chargers retain the basketball.
Carbondale continuing to spread the floor. This is good. It's worked up to this point.
And Daly for 3, no good.
Boy, he was past the NBA stripe, I think, on that one, John.
He feels it this afternoon, and thus far he's been on fire. Tigers with a chance to retake the lead.
Oh!
Reeves puts it back up and in.
Terrible no call.
The crowd looking for a call. 32-31 Tigers.
Now he's going to call the walk.
Calls the walk on Daly. Chris Daly's eyes got very big. He saw the lane to the basket. 5:09 to go, second quarter. Both these teams in great shape. We look out on the court. Nobody really huffing and puffing.
Nobody grabbing the shorts yet.
Chargers remain in the zone. Pitts pulls up, short again. But the rebound back up and in. Ryan Dennis, 6'9". They cannot box him out thus far. Carbondale decides to get a timeout. The Tigers are on an 8-2 run. 4:46 to go, second quarter. George Junior Republic leads it 34-31. Welcome back to live action, Hershey Park Arena. John Nugent along with Terry Gurns. Second quarter of the state championship game. Danny Siegel once again. Chargers now trail by 1, 34-33. The alley-oop to Dennis, not there. Stepped on the baseline. Carbondale basketball.
Nice positioning by Micah McHale that time.
Well, they have to try to contain Dennis at this point because he has 8 points and he has 6 in this quarter.
Dennis is their big man down low, their go-to guy underneath so far. Carbondale's doing a good job of fronting him.
Siegel again. Offensive foul. It'll go the other way. You know, really, as we watch many of the games in the tournament, I have not seen many offensive foul calls. It's normally a block is what I've seen.
Well, it's always tough to get the feet still. And that time, I don't think
he was. We had the benefit of the replay.
We didn't see his feet, but by the way his upper body was moving, it looked as if his feet were shuffling as well. It might have been like
Tiger lead is at 1. Reeves pulls up. Woo. Good shot. Whistle underneath. Butler on the foul call as he buried Zavizlak underneath the basket.
Shot's going to count, and that was a nice-looking shot that time by Corey Reeves. Very good point guard, and he can stick it when he has to.
Okay, the basket will count. It is 36-33 Tigers. Basket will count, and a foul called. They're in the penalty situation now with 7. So Zavizlak will go to the line, shooting 1 and 1.
That is his third personal foul. Going to the line for the Chargers.
Rob Zavizlak hit shots at the buzzer, John, the last 2 games to end the first half. So I guess Glenn's going to have him in there at the end of this quarter to see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He misses the front end. Tigers come back the other way. Their lead is at 3. They lose the handle, turn it over. Here comes Skarupa. Back quickly on defense, the Tigers. Daly with the foul call.
Good foul. Good foul because the Tigers had an uncontested layup the other way. Daly fouled him and at least let him get back on defense.
Daly's foul will put the Tigers to the line, shooting 1 and 1. That's their 17th foul. Daly's second personal foul.
Going to the line, number 50, Ryan Dennis, shooting 1+1.
It's almost like yesterday's game, John, when Loyal Sock played. Got off to a quick start. Both teams are real high on adrenaline. First quarter was pretty wild. Second quarter, a little more subdued. That's the same situation that's happening here.
Ryan Dennis hits the front end. Dennis is going to be playing his basketballs next season at Youngstown State. That's Division I. 6'9". He has 9 points thus far in the first half. The second one is good as well. Tigers' lead is now at 5 at 38-33. Chargers definitely need a bucket this trip down. Siegel, little long rebound. Dennis taking control underneath. Quickly back the other way.
Got to get a body on him. You have to box out down low.
Tarama Stitz checks into the game. This is he for the 3. No good. Dennis another rebound. He was looking to pass the ball. He is fouled. We'll see what they're going to call.
It's on Danny, I believe. Got to watch that down low. Siegel gets another foul called on him.
Foul is on number 10, Micah McHale.
Oh, no, it's not McHale.
McHale's first foul.
For the Tigers, number 50, Ryan Dennis, shooting 1 and
It is a 1 and 1. He was passing the basketball. Dennis thus far 2 for 2 from the line. I'll tell you what, you have a big man who can shoot free throws, you have yourself a bonus. Very smooth at the line.
But John, George Jr. is more than doubling Carbondale in the rebound department. I don't think Glenn Muskowski thought he'd win that battle, but at least you got to stay close. You don't want to let the other team get too far out because rebounding is so important.
Tiger lead is back up at 7, 40-33 now.
Tough pass.
Siegel looking for an opening, nothing there. Daly to the hole, he's fouled. Code will be whistled, it's his first. Daly knows he's the man, that he has to make something happen.
And they have to swing the ball. They were moving it real well in the first quarter. They've maybe run out of a little bit of gas here in the second quarter. The halftime might be a good time for them to collect themselves and get going back again in the third quarter. But yes, they have to get the ball to Daly. A nice little hop step to the bucket that time.
Daly thus far perfect from the line. 1-on-1 situation. 3:11 to go, second quarter. Daly hits the front end, he'll get the bonus. He is just a junior, 5'9", leads the team in scoring with 17. Second is short, rebound loose. Danny Siegel gets it.
Boy,
it's a three-point play. Tigers' lead has now been cut to 4 at 40-36. High-scoring first half of basketball. Glad you could join us. Chargers stay in the zone.
Good defense.
Code misses. Ball is still loose underneath. Traveling violation. That was a good call.
Good pickup. Very good call by the referee.
You know, these officials, they have a rating system as well. Not only do we have the best teams here in the state championship, but we have the PIAA's best officials as well.
Good point.
Siegel, foul line jumper, well short.
Nope.
He may be getting a little tired. 2:30 on the clock.
Carbondale's getting it done on defense, John. They're making George Jr. take tough shots. They wanted the walk there.
Dennis head fake down low, can't get the roll. Danny Siegel the rebound.
Good board, good strong board that time by Siegel. Mistimed his jumper, was able to control the basketball.
Daly all alone, far side. He was looking for that three. The Tigers have him scouted now.
Look at him go.
McHale, no good. Rebound is loose. McHale saves it. Daly pulls up, no good. They had their shots, they couldn't convert.
That 8-foot jumper's tough. When you're moving in towards the basket, John, you have nothing to see the basket by. As far as perception, it looks really far away, especially when these baskets are hanging in the middle of nowhere. Your depth perception is thrown off a bit.
Corey Reeves slowing it down, setting up. Minute 25 to go before halftime. Reeves to the hole, throws it up. Siegel with another rebound.
Another good, strong
whistle
effort.
And a foul. It's Reeves going to the board. Siegel will go to the line, shooting 1-and-1.
The foul is on number 12, Corey Reeves. That is his first personal. Returning to
Corey Reeves, first personal.
45.
McHale checks out of the ball game now. Mark Siegel, who's had a good rest, check back in.
Good point. I was just going to say, he spent a lot of time on the bench there, John. Mark is back in the ballgame for the final minute 21 of this quarter. See if Carbondale can maybe tie this thing up, going to the locker room.
Siegel converts, front end, he'll get the bonus.
Beautiful rotation on the ball. Just watch the way he releases the ball. It's picture perfect, and it's very nice for a big guy.
Siegel family has played some good basketball over the years at Carbondale. 40-38.
His brother Andy was a phenomenal ball player as well. 5-0 run right now for Carbondale.
They trail by 2. Minute 10 to go before halftime. The alley-oop to Dennis, too strong. Rebound, Pitts, he puts it up and in. 42-38.
Not much you can do on a play like that.
So second and third shots.
Yep.
Skarupa, nice move. Daly for 3. He's got it. As long as he's on fire, they stand a chance. 42-41. Chargers trail by a point. Stitz, no good. Pitts the rebound, he's fouled.
Oh, they wanted all ball on that one. You know, John, I think we have a situation here where George Jr. read the press clippings and Carbondale didn't. George Jr. coming in here maybe a bit overconfident and all of a sudden realizing they're in a ball game. The block from behind that time.
McHale, 34, is whistled for the person. Or Zavizlak. That's correct.
And Carbondale, on the other hand, they don't care who they're playing. They're going to keep shooting the threes and keep pounding it down low.
See Glenn Moskowski on the bench. His assistants Joe Farrell and Pat Price. The second is no good. Oh, Siegel, the rebound.
A one-handed rebound.
Brian Piatak is checked in for the Chargers. Daly now drawing triple team coverage. Chargers have spread the floor. 8 seconds on the clock.
They need a shot.
They have to get closer. Skarupa to Siegel. Nice pass. He got the foul. So Siegel can go to the line with 2 seconds to go before the halftime with an opportunity to tie this thing up. Mr. Pitts on the foul, his third.
That's key. Mr. Pitts is a very key component for George Jr. That's his third foul. If he gets in trouble, he may be spending a lot of the second half on the pine, and that'll be advantageous to Carbondale right now. I tell you, John, Skarupa and Daly are showing some serious quickness out there. And they're impressing me. I know how quick they are. I've watched them a few times this year, but they're just stepping it up a little bit this afternoon.
2 seconds to go. Daly gets a blow. Siegel misses the first.
It's a bit long, but again, nice rotation. The guy's got a great shot.
Sean Tierney has checked in for the final 2 seconds for Carbondale. Second is good. Tigers will throw one up. It came close. First half of basketball has come to a close, and it's been a good one. George Junior Republic is leading Carbondale 43-42. We'll be back with halftime activities right after this. It is halftime of the Hershey Park Arena, everybody, and what a first half of basketball. George Junior Republic is leading Carbondale area by just 1 point, 43-42. Some of the best basketball I've seen in one half quite some time.
Well, if you haven't seen Carbondale play this year, you're getting a good idea of how quick they are. Skarupa and Daly are attacking the basket, and when you do that, that opens up the passing lanes for the big guys. Right now, Daly's got 16 points, 3 threes, and the rest are in the foul line, and Siegel has matched his average. He's over his average. He's got 17 points in the first half alone. So when these two guys are clicking, and if Skarupa can get hot in the second half, Carbondale is more than in this ball game. They could win it easily.
You have to think at halftime, Glenn Moskowski is trying to design some kind of defense for that second and third shot. They're just not boxing out the big guys. They're missing the outside shots, but they're just not pulling down the defensive boards.
Carbondale has a great defensive scheme because they are packing things in, and they're doing a great job on the initial rebound. But as you say, they have to get a body off the errant shot or the shot that goes off the rim and be able to at least try to make an attempt at the second board.
And the Chargers, they rolled the dice in this one. Man-to-man defense all season long. They come into the state championship game. They go with a zone defense, and thus far it's been a great call.
And it's been the only call you really could make, too, though. Glenn realizing that you can't match up against a team that is this tall and this strong. George Jr. is just so powerful underneath, and when the team is that way, you have to at least pull them out.
Now, you figured the Tigers would have a decided rebounding edge, and they do. Yeah. But Danny Siegel has more than held his own, and he's had a great half, as has Chris Daly.
And the key to rebounding is just getting a body on a guy. If you get into him while he's looking up and not ready, you're going to be able to get your fair share, and Dan has been able to do that.
Yeah, Chris Daly, and how about those three-pointers? This kid, just a junior, he is fearless. He will shoot from anywhere on the floor, and he has in this first half.
He's almost automatic from three-point range, John. He's such a guy, he has such a beautiful stroke, and he works on his shooting so much in the summertime, and he's feeling it here this afternoon.
We are at halftime. George Junior Republic is leading Carbondale area 43-42. We'll be back with some halftime statistics right after this. Welcome back once again to the Hershey Park Arena, everybody. It is halftime. George Junior Republic leading Carbondale area 43-42. As we take a glance at the halftime statistics, Terry Kern, some good shooting by both teams, but Carbondale has to protect that ball. Turnovers and the points off the turnovers killing them in that first half.
Well, you're never going to win ball games when you turn the ball over that many times. I said the magic number was 8. Well, they're over the magic number right now, but if they can keep the mark at least below a dozen here at the end of the game, they'll be all right. For 52% from the field, that is super. I think if Glenn thought his team would shoot that well in the first half coming in, he'd take it.
You know, a lot of times in a close game like this, championships are won at the free throw line. Both teams, like champions, 80% for George Junior, 78% for Carbondale area.
If it comes down to it, and it very well might, free throw shooting is a big positive for both teams.
I think endurance will be a big key here in the second half. Both teams go with about 7 players, and it looked to me like Danny Siegel and even Chris Daly were starting to get a little tired towards halftime.
Well, you're bound to get tired when you're playing against a bigger team. Dan Siegel, though, is trying to hold his own. Halftime came at a good time. They're able to rest up and take a break here. Here's a look at that rebound one more time. It's Dan Siegel just does a great job here of rolling to the baseline, gets away from the block out, and puts it down. Beautiful heads-up play. He was watching the ball, watching the man while the man was watching the ball, and he just knew where to go at the right time.
We might add that Dan Siegel's mom is at home watching this game. She's not feeling very well. She could not be here in Hershey. Your son's doing a good job. We wish you well.
First game she missed all year, too.
First game, I'll tell you why. Your son's doing a good job. It is halftime. When we come back, we'll have that second half tap. Carbondale trailing by just 1 point. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena, everybody. We are just moments away from second half action, and what a basketball game we had in the first half. George Junior Republic leading by the count of 43-42. If emotion is worth anything, Carbondale playing with a lot of emotion here this afternoon.
And what they need right now, John, is a repeat performance in the first quarter. They have to come out on fire here in the third quarter, get momentum back on their side, and get ready to play some good basketball because they're going to need their win. They're going to need their horses down the stretch. And Dan Siegel's got to stay out of foul trouble. Watch that as a key down the stretch.
And also the Chargers need to get a little bit more balanced scoring. It has been Daly and Siegel. They need some help from Skarupa, who's doing a lot of the ball handling, and from Connor from the outside.
Good point. Leo only has 2 points so far. It's kind of tough getting an open shot with the quickness of George Jr., but he's got to try to get open and take some of that scoring pressure, as you said, off Siegel and Daly.
The Class 2A state championship is on the line. Third quarter action is underway. This is Pitts. Ball is loose. Mad scramble, far sideline, and it will remain Tiger basketball. Chargers have to be ready right at the opening minute of the second half. This is an up-tempo basketball team. Reeves to the hole. They call a foul on Skarupa, a hand check on the outside. The Chargers' first team foul, second half.
Number 14, Leo Skarupa. That's his first, team's first.
Skarupa's first foul, so he's in a good situation. Ball is inbounded. Pitts will be guarded by Skarupa.
Watch for the Tigers to start trying to pump things into Ryan Dennis as he's posting up down low.
Reeves top of the key.
Good box out.
Mark Siegel that time with the board. Chargers trail by 1. Opening minute, third quarter. Dan Siegel inside of his brother Mark. Connor to the outside will be whistled for a travel.
John, I'm very impressed with the way Daly and Skarupa have been taking the ball up this afternoon. They haven't turned the ball over yet themselves, I believe, once bringing the ball over the timeline. They just handle that rock beautifully.
The Tigers have gone on a streak of 29-0 this season. No team has come within 10 points of them this season. Connor this time whistled for the foul. Second team foul on the Chargers.
Mike Connor, the quarterback of the football team, that time he gave up baseline and had to pay for it as he got the foul from behind, and now Muskowski giving him an earful on the sidelines.
Going to the line for the Tigers, number 44, Dwayne Walker, shooting 2.
Dwayne Butler averaging 14 points per ball game. He will shoot 2. Thus far been scoreless opening minute, third quarter.
And for most of our scouting reports, we heard that Dwayne Butler is the most athletic player on this ball club. So you have to keep a guy in his face at all times because he can do a lot of the intangible.
Tigers 8 of 10 from the line in that first half. Butler hits the second. The lead is at 2 for the Tigers. 44-42, man-to-man, full court pressure. Long pass for Siegel, too long and out of bounds. Turnovers now at 10 for the Chargers.
Not a bad idea that time. Siegel was thinking about breaking. The ball was just a little bit long, but not a bad idea to try to break that press. Loosen it up, go deep.
George Abraham urging his team on from the sidelines. Corey Reeves.
Need help.
Inside, Lofton, good head fake. Siegel, Danny Siegel will be whistled for the foul. That'll be 2 shots. Chargers' third team foul in this first minute 30.
Need some weak side help when one player breaks to the front, try to get the interception. You need someone to back up on the inside, especially with the height of George Jr.
Curtis Lofton with a good first half. Misses his first. Team's leading scorer at 17.5 per ball game. Lofton will get a second. Misses the second. Danny Siegel with the rebound. Skarupa quickly up court. Connor inside. Nice pass by the Seagulls.
No foul.
We are tied at 44.
Great pass by Mark, finding his brother.
You think they've played in the backyard a few times.
Got that.
Dennis inside, double team, puts it in off the glass.
Not much you can do about that.
They set him up on the low post and he doesn't move. Tigers back up by 2. Good job breaking the press. Connor to the hole. We have a foul. Again, you have to challenge the big guy. Dennis looks like he hurt his hand on that block.
Number 50, Ryan Dennis. That is his second personal.
Many of the Charger faithful a bit concerned as to how their team was going to handle the pressure of George Jr. Right now, they're coming out with flying colors because they are breaking the press with ease and getting good shots, getting layups, getting fouls, and going to the line and knocking them down.
Connor hits the first. He had 3 points in the first half. It was a 3-pointer.
The quiet man on this team. Does a lot of the little things that nobody talks about, but Mike Connor is a key component to this Charger offense.
We're tied at 46 once again. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Reeves thinks about it. They could really let Reeves go. He's not a good shot from the top of the key. Pitts loses the handle. Turnover. Chargers look to retake the lead. They found themselves down by as many as 7 late second quarter. Skarupa fouled on the outside.
That's 4. That's 4 on Mr.
Mr. Pitts heads for the sidelines. Darnell Code checks in.
And I gotta believe that Leo knows that, and he's gonna take it to him. Mister's on him, and he's going to take him to the hole. Got his 4th foul. Now one of the key starters to George Jr. is riding the pine.
We thought the Tigers were quick. I'll tell you, Daly and Skarupa.
Look at him working for the ball. Daly
having a tough time getting it in. Mark Siegel, his brother Dan, can't hold on.
Ooh, that's when you want back.
Turnover number 11. We remain tied at 46, 5:30 to go. This is Code coming off a game the other night against Stowe Rocks in which they rallied in the 4th quarter. He had 14.
Chargers doing a great job of frustrating the Tigers.
Both the Seagulls fronting their big men down low. Danny Siegel comes over for help, but he couldn't get there in time. Dennis puts it up and in. Tigers back up on 2.
Good idea, good philosophy, though.
There's a game within the game, down low underneath the basket, away from the ball. Daly for 3. Connor the tap. Ball is loose. Siegel the rebound. Straight to the hole.
Man!
Tied again at 48.
I tell you what, Dan Siegel has come to play. He is relentless.
Danny Siegel, just a junior. He and Daly will be back again next season. Look at the play down low. The two Siegels taking on the big guys. Dennis now at the high post.
Like a walk.
Wild shot by Butler.
Here they come.
Rupa and Daly back the other way. Chris Daly to Connor. Connor's open. To the hole. It'll count. And a foul. No, a push off.
That's a fourth foul.
They waved off the basket.
Foul is on number 32, Curtis Lofton, and it's his fourth personal foul.
Wow.
Curtis Lofton. Foul number 4 for him. Third team foul. And now look at the play. If we can get a shot at Daly and Reeves, they're going nose to nose. They're talking to one another at the foul line. 13 and 12. They're carrying on conversation. And Daly will not back down.
Gotta love it. Oh, gotta love it. Chris Daly getting the better of him this afternoon. Reeves is a great point guard, but Daly's the better man so far.
There's a few games going on here this afternoon. Siegel to the hole, misses it. Oh! No, they waved it off again. Foul again on the Tigers, but they wave off the bucket.
That's unbelievable. There's no way that's not a three-point play. That's a terrible call, John, and I'm going to say it right here, right now.
We can see it again at some point, guys.
Oh, that's horrendous. He's up in the air. That's a ball, baby.
Oh, here's the follow. This is there.
He's up in the air.
That's right.
He's taking the shot. He is in the act of shooting. That should have counted. Terrible call.
Len Moskowski will have to try to restrain himself.
Got to forget about stuff like that, though. Carbondale's got the momentum. They have the Tigers frustrated. Big bucket right here would put him over the top and give him a lead.
We are at 4 minutes. Danny Siegel, one-on-one. Has Dennis in the air. Oh, got it. Dan Siegel is a big-time player.
21 points.
Chargers up by 2.
Watch him try to get the turnover here. Tigers are frustrated.
This is the matchup. Daly and Skarupa at the top for the zone.
Trying to force a bad shot.
Tough shot. Tarama Stitz in the ball game, number 10.
They got the bad shot, but luckily it dropped.
Again, we are tied at 50. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Connor, nice feed. Mark Siegel deflected. Ball loose, out of bounds. Chargers basketball. Watch it again. Mark Siegel goes up, challenge the big guy, which is what you have to do.
And Connor impressive underneath, John. He's not a tall guy, but he's mixing it up in there as well.
Skarupa. Out. No. Blocking foul. Did he wave it off again?
Yep. No bucket. Now that may be a legitimate call. That may have been before the shot, but because there's no continuation. This isn't the NBA. But the one prior to that, there was no question. This one may indeed have been before the shot.
The Tigers have a foul.
Going nuts.
The Tigers are facing a real serious foul problem. That's team foul number 5, second half. Danny Siegel. Another block.
That would have been goaltending anyway. The ball was on its way down.
Tarama Stitz in the ball game. He is not in foul trouble, but that's team foul number 6.
Is that 5 on him? Oh no, okay, we got the wrong. He only has 2. Getting a little ahead of ourselves, but
this time Danny Siegel will go to the line. There you see Moskowski talking to his guard tandem.
There's nothing wrong with this, John. Not making those shots or not counting those baskets is okay, because the key is they're getting George Jr. in foul trouble big time.
Chargers up by 1, 51-50. Siegel now with 22.
His second, team 6.
Siegel makes both. We have a timeout on the floor. Carbondale is leading George Junior Republic 52-50. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. There you see the numbers. Carbondale leading by 2. Terry Gurn, as badly as Carbondale area was out-rebounded in this first half. Second half, they're getting it done.
First half, 21-11 in favor of the Tigers. Check this out. George Jr. does not have a rebound this half. That's remarkable.
This is Code with the basketball. Reeves on the outside. They can let him take that shot.
Could have been a walk, stutter step off the dribble. Rest didn't call it.
Reeves does not get the penetration that the Carbondale guards do. He is not a shooter. They should let him take that shot the remainder of this game.
Look at him blow.
Skarupa with the step. Pretty feed. Oh, the blue to layup. Rebound. That's good. And a foul.
He got one.
Finally, they count it.
Someone else with 4 fouls.
The Tigers are in foul trouble big time.
I believe it was called on Butler.
Dwayne Butler, that is his 4th. Watch it again. Siegel could have given up.
Mark saw it so wide open, wanted to lay it in nicely. Didn't make it, got the rebound, and boy, in your face, he says, and one.
Mark Siegel completes the 3-point play. Carbondale lead at 5, 55-50.
And they're on a 9-2 run. See if they can force another ill-advised shot.
Telling you, let Skarupa play off Reeves and let him shoot. Good defense. Look at the battle down low.
Oh,
Code pulls up. Skarupa
great
won't let him
defense.
shoot. Oh, big shot. Tarama Stitz with the 3. They needed that.
that was huge. That was huge because that was a phenomenal defensive effort by the Chargers.
55-53. Daly wide open with the step. Oh! He had Siegel going the other way.
That's 13 turnovers right now. Good idea, Siegel. Not on the same page that time. Didn't break to the bucket.
Minute 30 to go. 3rd quarter. Tigers with a chance to tie or go ahead.
I like it, though, John. They're still attacking. Good help.
Dennis down low. Misses it. The follow by Butler is good. We're tied again at 55. Turnover. Good quickness by Stitz. Tigers with momentum. Foul called. Chris Daly is whistled. That'll be 4 on the Chargers.
Carbondale bench going nuts. They wanted the charge call that time. Could have went either way. Rest decide not to give it to Carbondale.
But that's the help they need down low. The 2 Siegels matching up on Dennis.
Hey,
He's got to come over from the weak side for help.
Doing a good job. Getting it done.
We are tied at 55. Just over a minute to go. 3rd quarter. Glad you could join us. Stolen away.
Got to pull it back out.
Connor, good head fake. Skarupa for 3.
That's off.
No good. Mark Siegel back outside. Connor, well short. And we remain tied at 55. Chargers had their chance that time.
Yeah, they had many opportunities that time to convert. Couldn't get it done.
Reeves will pull it back out. Tigers will hold for 1 shot.
As hard as they are working on offense, John, though, this zone is a blessing for Carbondale. They say, hey, maybe we should have played this all year. This is a...
And Daly and Skarupa aren't going to come out.
Nope.
They can catch your breath here.
Exactly. The end of the quarter's coming up. They'll be fresh, ready to go for that final run. And then adrenaline takes over once again. But they are putting on a clinic on how to run a 2-3
We are under
zone.
10. We are under 10 seconds. Tigers have to make a move. Reeves will take it one-on-one. We're at 2, 1. No good.
Good job.
The 3rd quarter is in the books. And what a 4th quarter we have coming up. Carbondale and George Junior Republic are tied at 55. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hershey Park Arena. Class 2A state championship is on the line. We are tied at 55, and what a 4th quarter. Brace yourself, Derek.
I tell you, the Carbondale Chargers are doing the East proud today.
A lot of people said they didn't stand a chance.
They're eating their words here. Win, lose, or draw.
Skarupa throws it away. Skarupa looks at Siegel and says, my fault.
It's 15 turnovers.
Reeves down low.
Good
play by Siegel again. This time the Tigers with the turnover. And no longer are the Tigers going with that full court man-to-man pressure we saw earlier. Connor with the step. Danny Siegel rejected.
Big block by Dennis.
Skarupa off the glass. And it counts.
Leo coming to life.
Basket good by number 14, and Leo Skarupa.
Watch it again. He gets the step.
Been driving all afternoon. Him and Daly kisses it off the glass, gets the foul, and trying to convert a three-point play.
Tigers number 24, Darnell Code.
I think if they clear the middle each time down and let Daly and Skarupa handle the ball.
It's a beautiful game plan. It really is, because these two guards are so quick and so aggressive to the hole. And they're fearless. They're going up against these 6'6", 6'7" guys and saying, take it.
57-55, Carbondale.
Tigers aren't very good ball handlers, and Carbondale's trying to exploit that.
Reeves to Code, off the dribble.
Forced.
Tough shot.
Yeah.
Got the roll. Tied again at 57.
The shooter's roll.
Daly to Skarupa. 6:30 to go.
Oh, what a
quarter.
pass.
Good pass.
I tell you what, the kid's got eyes in the back of his head. What a pass. That really was, John. That was a phenomenal look.
Mark Siegel sneaks off the baseline, gets the layup.
Super look.
If you have two guards that can penetrate, it will make things happen for your forwards. Half-court offense for the Tigers. Reeves in the paint. Head fake, throws it up. Rebound loose. Danny Siegel pulls it down. It's a big rebound. We are under 6 minutes, fourth quarter.
I'm sure Muskowski said something to him at halftime about the board advantage, and Carbondale has responded beautifully. Yeah, he's water at the mouth for that three.
Another feed and a big time rejected by Curtis Lofton.
Mark's got to remember that head fake in there. Oh, that's a weak call.
Chris Daly called on the foul.
Good acting. Corey Reeves gets the Emmy.
3 on Chris Daly. He has to be careful.
Ah, boy.
15th foul on the Chargers.
John, that's fourth foul on Daly.
4 on Daly now? Okay. Tigers look to tie it again or go ahead. They trail by 2. Code will take Skarupa this time. Code with a step, pulls up, tough shot.
Nice shot.
Tied again at 59.
Remember, this George Junior Republic team is very good. They're a very good fourth quarter team. They came back from a 1-point deficit with 4 minutes to go in their last game to win by like 16.
Danny Siegel with a step. Chargers back up by 2.
Get it to your money, man.
(61-59). We are under 5 minutes, fourth quarter.
I can't believe that they're not trying to get the ball to Dennis. He's got to flash to the middle a little more.
This time Lofton has a step. Tied at 61, and back and forth they go.
Carbondale got lucky that time. That could have easily been called on a foul. Siegel got a piece.
Loose ball, still loose. Turned over by the Chargers. Reeves back the other way. Code thought about a 3. He's double teamed. Shoots the 2, no good. Lofton on the boards and off the glass. Tigers back up by 2.
Not a bad block out by Connor. Just reached right over his head. Not much you can do about that. 4 minutes to go.
Siegel and Dennis. Again, Siegel loses the handle.
Oh, big break.
They caught a break there. Butler couldn't pick it up. He kicked it out of bounds. Siegel's now turned it over twice. He's putting the ball on the floor before he really has control.
He's trying to make things happen. You can't blame him for that. He's trying to take it to the hole, doing a little one-on-one action.
He feels like he can handle Ryan Dennis, and thus far he has.
Yeah, I believe he can. Dennis is a bit slower, a lot slower.
Dan Siegel looks, stops, gets Dennis in the air, goes up, rejected.
No
Tigers back the other way. Looking to increase their lead. Lofton, no good. Good board. Connor comes back. Gives it off for Skarupa. They have the numbers. Foul in the backcourt on Reeves.
Watch for Leo to penetrate a lot more than Daly now, since Daly has 4 fouls, because they don't want to catch him with a charge.
Well, the Chargers go to the line from here on in. Watch it once again.
Here comes Leo Skarupa, and he's gone by Corey Reeves so many times. Reeves just says, I'm going to get you this time. I got to follow you.
Now you see it, now you don't. He's going for the basketball. 1-1. Leo Skarupa. Chargers down by 2. Long on the free throw.
Oh.
Tiger lead remains at 2.
Got to hit the charity stripe. Got to hit the free throws.
3:19. They get it to Dennis. Foul called underneath. Dennis will go to the line.
Dennis is a bit frustrated. He can't believe they're not giving the ball down low more often here this afternoon either.
There you see head coach Glenn Moskowski. Dennis thus far has been perfect from the stripe.
Can't say enough about this Carbondale defensive effort here, though, John, this afternoon. They've adjusted so well to this zone, and almost like they've been playing it all year long. They know when to break. They know when to give help, and this guy's been shut down here this afternoon. I mean, come on, you're looking at a 6'9", 210-pound basketball player, a Division I basketball player that the Siegels and Connor are handling down low with a lot of backside help.
Dennis missed the first. He'll try it for the second.
Bricked.
Misses both. Chargers with a chance to tie or go ahead with a 3. 3:10 on the clock, 4th quarter. Skarupa again with the step.
Oh, dangerous.
Connor in the corner with problems.
Good call.
Timeout is called. Exactly 3 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Carbondale trails by 2. We'll be right back. What a whale of a game. 4th quarter, exactly 3 minutes remaining. Carbondale down by 2 and with the basketball.
3 keys right now. Number 1, take good shots. Number 2, don't turn the ball over. Number 3, hit your foul shots.
Daly tripped up. Good pass.
Oh!
We're tied at 63. Mark Siegel.
What a dish.
I never even saw the pass.
I didn't either, to be honest with you.
I saw him go down in traffic, and I never saw the look.
Just popped right out of there.
2:35 on the clock. Code turns it over. Skarupa, 1-on-2. Rejected. Darnell Code coming back.
Saying, get out of here. That's the Tigers' 9th block shot here this afternoon.
You know, a coach will teach you, if you're going to swat it away, try to keep it in bounds. That one was in the first row. Loose ball.
That's a walk. Oh.
Possession arrow.
Jump ball, possession arrow
belongs to the Tigers. George Junior Republic back the other way.
And here's that rejection by Dwayne Butler.
They have had 4 or 5 in-your-face rejections, but the Chargers just keep going back to the basket.
They're fearless, I'm telling you. Dan Siegel, 27 points on the afternoon, trying to hit that 30 mark, and he probably will with 2:23 remaining. You know they're going to get it to their money match when they get back on offense. They have to.
2:20, 4th quarter. We're tied at 63. Watch the battle down low at the 2 big guys.
Exactly.
The Siegels on Dennis and 32 Lofton.
They're fronting their men, and they're playing great. They're frustrating them.
Dennis isn't working for the position. Lofton is.
We haven't called Curtis Lofton's name the entire second half here, Jim.
I'll tell you what, if the Tigers are holding for one, it's a mistake.
No way.
We're under 2 minutes.
Looks like they're going to.
They don't handle the ball well enough to hold it for 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
The crowd is starting to boo. They want to see some more basketball.
No, they're not the type of team that can do this. This plays into Carbondale's hands. They're going to spread the floor. What they want here, John, is a layup. That's what they want.
Well, Skarupa and Daly are coming outside, so they're pulling the zone out.
They're going to try to get one of these guards to penetrate, have the Seagulls come and help, and then they want to dish to the big man like this.
Code loses the handle. They force the turnover. 1:15 on the clock.
Don't need to shoot.
Daly, the dish, foul. Oh, a travel.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh.
I have to see that one again.
No.
A travel. And we remain tied at 63.
He was being mugged on the way in. I don't know. Whew. Man, oh, man. There's really no reason to penetrate that time. They should have just held on to the ball and got fouled.
We are at 1 minute. The Tigers again will try to hold the ball for one. It backfired last time down.
Could have held it for a last shot now. Tied at 63.
.45 on the clock. Chargers staying in a matchup zone right now. Skarupa on Reeves.
Don't want to foul. You do not want to foul.
We're under 30. Tied at 63. We are at 20 seconds. Butler. Foul! Turns it over. It backfired again. Timeout Chargers.
Good call.
10 seconds on the clock, and look at this crowd.
How apropos. Defense wins this game if Carbondale can get a good shot. What a turnover, what a clutch defensive scheme that time by Carbondale.
Look at this crowd. Oh, what a basketball game. It has come down to coaching strategy between Abraham and Muskowski. Abraham decided to hold for one shot with 2 minutes to go, turned it over. 1 minute to go, turned it over again.
Just about 5 minutes ago, John, I mentioned the fact that the Tigers aren't that good a ball-handling basketball team. So what did the Tigers do? Hold it for 2 minutes? No way. It's not gonna happen. Not against an inspired Carbondale team that has been picking the ball off all afternoon, that has been frustrating your big men and your guards. It was just a great effort by Carbondale. Now they have to get a good scheme, and I got to feel, you know who they're going to go to, right?
Danny Siegel's the man. Try to match him up with Dennis. Or if that is not there, you have Daly go one-on-one and head for the hole. Because if the shot's not there, he can find one of the Seagulls along the baseline.
George Junior Republic has been held scoreless for the last 4:10 of this ball game. They haven't scored it in 4 minutes and 10 seconds. If that doesn't tell you what kind of defense Carbondale has played this afternoon, nothing will. Watch for Daly to penetrate. Look for Siegel.
Look at that Carbondale bench.
This is what it's all about, baby. Oh,
10 seconds. We are tied at 63. If you want drama, we have it. Daly on Reeves. Connor to the hole. Pulls up. Short. Rebound loose. Skarupa throws it up under. the Carbondale area Chargers, Class AA state champions, and they can thank those two guys. Oh, Chris Daly and Leo Skarupa, the most incredible shot I have seen to end a game.
Oh, this place is bedlam. What a shot. Here it is. The guy you would least expect to shoot the ball. Connor goes up.
It's a good shot.
Arms it. Great shot. Ball's batted around, and then check this out. No words to describe it.
Underhand. Oh, unbelievable.
There's your Class AA champions from Lackawanna County, Carbondale.
And they have come back in these last two games of the state championship tournament. They were down to Reading Central Catholic. They came back, took the lead, and held on. My boy,
they're dancing on the pine.
He's a better basketball player than a dancer, but he can do whatever he wants right now. Chris Daly.
At this time, we announce that both teams.
And they're the opposing bench, and those Tigers played one whale of a basketball game. Two undefeated teams at 29-0 came into this game. Only one could come away with a championship, and the Chargers have done just that. We're going to head for a break, guys. I'm losing my voice. The final again. 65-63 Carbondale, Class AA state champions. We'll be right back.
Medals to his team.
Welcome back to the Hershey Park Arena, where you have just seen one of the greatest high school basketball games, I'll tell you, of all time. Carbondale area, on a last-second shot by Leo Skarupa, defeats George Junior Republic 65-63, and they are Class AA champions, 30-0, a perfect season. And there you see the head charger, Glenn Moskowski. And what can you say about the job he has done in the last 3 years? They have won 99 ball games and lost just 9. He is in his 7th season, and this team has come together. And I'll tell you what, they have some juniors, and they'll be back for another run next season. Leo Skarupa, with an underhand shot in the lane at the buzzer, was the game winner for the Chargers. Carbondale area Chargers, Class AA state champions. They already had the t-shirts made up. The award ceremony is going on right now on the court, and in just a few minutes we will have some interviews with some of the Chargers, their head coach, Glenn Moskowski. Let's look at the play one more time. 10 seconds on the clock. Skarupa inbounds to his partner Daly. It's set up for Mike Connor. Connor goes to the hole, goes up strong, gets a good shot. The rebound is loose in the lane. Batted outside by coach Skarupa, underhand. And then watch the roll. Unbelievable, and I'll tell you what, you're going to see that play time and time again. What a way to end the season. Leo Skarupa handled the basketball this entire game. He had 4 points before putting in that winning bucket. He ends up with 6, and I'll tell you what, some irony there. Chris Daly, what a ball game he had. Danny Siegel, number 45, and his brother Mark. What a game they played.
Western champion, George Abraham.
This is something that will live with these kids forever.
This time we have Corey Reed, Mr. Pitt, Dwayne Butler, and Ryan Bennett.
It's a game played with emotion, and Carbondale played with emotion here this afternoon. They were decided underdogs coming in. There were some people who thought that this George Junior Republic team was the best in the state, regardless of class. 29-0 coming in. The Harrisburg Patriot News had them ranked as the #1 team in the entire state. It was a David versus Goliath matchup. If Carbondale read the press clippings, they didn't stand a chance. One of two things happened. Either they did not read the papers, or it just lit a fire under this team, because they came to play here this afternoon. There you see the medals. That'll go around these Chargers' necks. Glenn Moskowski and his coaching staff has to be commended. His assistants, Joe Farrell and Pat Price, 2,000 plus made the ride from Carbondale today to see this game, and they won't see anything better. You can see on that wide shot that the ladder is set up to cut down the nets. Right now, the medals are being awarded as each player from the team name is announced. They are getting a standing ovation. Guys who did not play very much this season, guys who did not play at all in this ball game, they're all part of the team. They're the guys that have to go against the starting five every day in practice.
Number 15, Jason Menarca. Number 33, Dan Lupfer. Number 53, Sean Tierney.
There you see Sean Tierney. He played exactly 2 seconds in this game and receives one of the largest ovations.
Number 34, Rob Zavislak.
Rob Zavislak, he receives his medal. Some big minutes in that first half. Micah McHale, number 10. Some huge minutes in that first half. Mark Siegel, he played his final game at Carbondale.
Number 13, Chris Daly.
Chris Daly, number 13.
Number 42, Dan Siegel.
Danny Siegel, 27 points in this championship ball game.
Number 25, Mike Connor.
Mike Connor, he took that pressure shot with just seconds on the clock. It was a good shot. It just fell short. And that set it up for this kid, Leo Skarupa. Leo Skarupa with the shot of his life.
Assistant coach, Pat Price. Assistant coach, Joe Farrell.
Joe Farrell. Glenn Moskowski's right-hand man. Pat Price as well.
Could we please have Mike Connor, Leo Skarupa, Mark Siegel, please come to midcourt, where Dr. Russell P. Warren, PIAA.
And now the awarding of the state championship trophy.
With the 1993 PIAA.
There you see the starting five out there. Dr. Russell Werner awards it. And there it is. It's official now.
Congratulations.
Won't that be a sweet ride back to Carbondale?
Carbondale Area High School Chargers, 1993 PIAA.
Glenn Moskowski said his team is fearless. They're scared of no one. And they proved it here this afternoon. And what a great sign of sportsmanship. George Junior Republic coming over to congratulate the state champions. Terry Gurn is working his way through the madness right now, grabbing a few of the players. I can see Terry there from my broadcast spot at midcourt. Looks like he has Danny Siegel, number 42. Danny Siegel, 27 points this afternoon. Terry Gurn, take it away.
27 points, a phenomenal effort here this afternoon. You weren't intimidated at all by these big guys, were you?
No, I played with bigger guys than this during the summer with the pace setters. So I was pretty much ready for them, more or less. We were all pumped up. None of us were scared.
Great defensive scheme you guys had this afternoon. What were you coming in trying to prove on defense?
To stop, their big guys are really well, and they like to pass in the big guys. So we try to sag down on the big guys and pressure the guards so they can't throw the lob. But we did our best to do that, and they did really well doing that.
Your brother helped you out a little bit today, too, on the weak side, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a great defensive player, and I know him awesome.
You guys are the big underdogs. You weren't supposed to do this.
Yeah, we were supposed to lose by 15. We all had that in our mind. We were going to lose by 15. I don't know.
Did you like coming in being the underdog?
Yes,
once?
definitely. Like less pressure. We just wanted to prove a point, and we did.
How's it feel? You're the Class 2A champ.
Oh, it's great. Thank you. Really good.
Great job, Dan.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. And right now they're cutting down the net as Glenn Muskoski is coming over with his championship trophy. Glenn, let me shake your hand on a great coaching job this afternoon. What a scheme you had coming in to switch to the zone, play that matchup, and the weak side help was unbelievable.
Well, we figured, Jerry, that if we had to go head-to-head with them, they were just too big for us. Our job was to make an attempt to play a little matchup zone, try to sag it in, make them shoot from the outside. Early in the game, they hit a couple shots. They went up, when we ran out on them, they went by us. So we said, all right, let's pack it in. Let's get some help. Our key was we played a better board game in the second half. And Leo Strupa from the hip. God, I love him.
Have you ever seen a shot like that?
We practice it every day. No, I tell you what, he got it. He had very little time. He said, all he said to me is, I had to get it up, and it was down there, so it went up.
What did you say to the team at halftime as far as rebounding is concerned? Because the advantage obviously was in their favor.
Well, we said we got to get tougher. You know, they're bigger, they're physical, more physical. We're skinny kids, you know. They're more physical, they were taller, so we said, hey, rebounding comes from here. So they had to go after it, and they did.
You were the big dog. You weren't supposed to win this one. No one told you that.
Oh, these kids don't care. 15 points, if they had us pick 15-point underdogs, that's okay. Maybe some people don't know exactly everything.
These guys are fearless, especially Skarupa and Daly. Just unbelievable how they were taking it to the hole. Were you just telling them to do that?
Yes, and we had them in foul trouble. Go at it. If you don't have it, dish it off. We got a couple dishes. We got a couple layups. We got a couple more fouls, and hey, it worked to our advantage.
How's it feel, buddy?
It's fantastic, Jerry. It's absolutely fantastic. Greatest feeling I ever had as a coach in my life, no doubt.
Well, congratulations. You did the proud East, let me tell you that. Thanks so much. All right. John, we'll go back to you, and we'll come back with a couple more interviews in a bit. Try to get Leo Skarupa.
Yeah, we want to hear from Leo. We want to find out about shooting from the hip. I'll tell you what, great shot. Taking a look at some of the game's final statistics, my first opportunity to take a look. You know, Carbondale had 18 turnovers. Terry Guerin talked about in the pregame how the magic number was at about 8. Well, they had 18, and they were still able to pull this game out. Shooting here, good game. Both teams at 50%. Carbondale at 48%. And, of course, the last shot was the one that went at 65-63. Terry Guerin now has the big hero, Leo Skarupa, standing by. Terry, take it away.
Leo, how often you practice that shot?
Not too often. I just got it and threw it up. I knew there was not enough time left, so I flicked it underhand. I was lucky it went in.
What was the design play to get that last shot off?
We were trying to get a pick and roll with Connor and Siegel to work them two together. But when Connor shot and missed, the ball came to me. I knew there wasn't a lot of time left, so I just threw it up there.
Leo, you only had 2 points in the first half. Didn't really seem to bother you because you took a new role this afternoon. You handled the ball beautifully, and the passing was unbelievable. Was that part of your ideas coming in?
Yes. I just have to run the team and get the big guys the ball, get it to Yoda. He's a great shooter. He showed it tonight, and we're lucky we came away with the W.
Was it more of an advantage for you guys coming in as the underdog? Because really, this is the first time you were not favored to win all season long.
We liked it a lot. We were the underdog. Nobody expected us to be even in a ball game. I saw a newspaper this morning saying we're supposed to lose by 16, but we didn't believe it. We just came out fired up.
How's it feel?
Feels great. It's the best feeling of my life.
Well, they said George Junior Republic was the best team in this tournament. I guess there's a new one now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're number one.
Congratulations, Leo, and remarkable shot. John, the best shot I ever saw in my life, let alone pro college. It was a remarkable shot and a game winner, clutch shot for Leo, and a phenomenal effort.
I tell you, and tell Leo he can grow the hair back now. Him and Chris Daly, the season's over.
That's right.
And he sounds a little bit like I do at this point, because I'm just about exhausted the vocal cords here this afternoon.
How about it?
65-63, the final once again. Leo Skarupa with an underhand shot from the hip at the buzzer to win it. Still the Chargers out on the court. Their fans are in the stands here at the Hershey Park Arena on their feet, applauding the efforts undefeated, 30-0. And who knows if we'll ever see a high school basketball game like this again. We want to remind you that coming up in just a few minutes, the road to the Final Four has continued in New Orleans. We will get underway in just a short while, 5:45 to be exact. It's when Kansas and North Carolina will go at it, Kentucky and Michigan in the nightcap. And what a way to start off Championship Saturday with this state championship victory by Carbondale area. We would also like to remind you that tonight the Hazleton area Cougars, they will be going for the Quad A state title. We would like to wish the Cougars, their head coach, Bruce Live, good luck tonight in their efforts to bring home a state championship. Hazleton at 29-1 will take on Erie Cathedral Prep at 20-7. That ball game for the Quad A state title. Now earlier today, another area team was in action here at the state championships. Girls Class A game, Bishop Guilfoyle defeated Lord's Regional by a final of 52-26. Lord's Regional ends the season at 31-3, an outstanding year. They get the runner-up trophy. Our congratulations go out to them as well. Our congratulations also goes out to Loyalsock. They lost yesterday, as you saw that game here on WYLU, to Duquesne by a final of 70-60. Our congratulations on all our teams that have participated here in Hershey. A job well done. Terry Gurn just making his way back to our broadcast location. You and I are going to be talking about that game the whole ride back on 81. Incredible.
These are just finishes that you pray for, and no one could have expected this. It's just really amazing that a team could come in being such a big underdog. I mean, you can't understand how big of an underdog they were until you come down here and read some of the papers. And I tell you, Carbondale wasn't even given a prayer to be in this game. And you got to be honest, you read that stuff and you think, oh, geez, maybe they don't have a chance. But they came back and really did the East proud and the entire Lackawanna County area, and just a great effort.
You and I talked about it in the hotel room this morning that really the fortunes of Carbondale lied with Skarupa and Daly.
Yep.
How well they played at the guard position would determine how well they did today.
And Skarupa, like he said, gave up his shooting role because he usually averages near double figures, 10 points a game. Gave up the rock, and he was passing beautifully to Siegels, breaking down low. And Connor, I tell you what, Mike Connor did a great job rebounding defensively, and it was just a perfect team effort. I said they had to play a perfect game. They almost did.
Yeah, I'll tell
Bar
you.
some of the turnovers, they almost played a perfect basketball.
They had 18 turnovers, but the final count 65.
Didn't matter.
63. What I would like to know is if that play was designed for Connor or Daly was just cut off and saw Connor open.
I think it may have been because a lot of people were looking at Daly. I'm sure they were waiting for Daly to shoot the ball or Siegel. So you give it to the guy that you least expect. It was a great shot.
Yeah,
Little late
strong
footer on
shot.
the baseline. Connor could have hit it, just short-armed it a little bit, and it all turned out for the best.
Well, that'll wrap it up here from the Hershey Park Arena. You just saw one great high school basketball game. The final, once again, Carbondale area wins it 65-63. For my partner, Terry Gurn, good job, Terry, and our entire crew behind the scenes. I'm John Nugent. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again next season right back here in Chocolate Town. Bye-bye, everybody.